Rumors are circulating that Alex Pereira is vacating the light heavyweight title to face Ciryl Gane for the interim heavyweight belt in the main event of UFC 328. Jiri Prochazka is reportedly being lined up to face Carlos Ulberg for the vacant light heavyweight title at UFC 327. And in addition to UFC 327, Joshua Van is rumored to defend the flyweight belt against Tatsuro Taira in the co-main event. Jailton Almeida has spoken out for the first time following his release from the UFC. He posted this on Instagram and wrote, "Today I closed the chapter in the UFC with a heart full of gratitude for everything I lived, learned, and overcame. May the new projects and challenges come. I am ready for the next chapter." Amanda Nunes has fired back at Sean Strickland's recent remarks. At UFC Houston Media Day, Sean had this to say.
"You take the weakest, softest mother here and you guys would beat up Amanda Nunes. Like the fat guy in the Hawaiian shirt, no offense dude, I like you, but like you up Amanda Nunes any day of the week. We got to remember what women excel at. Having kids, being mothers, making food, cleaning the house. Problem is we've empowered them too much to ruin society."
Amanda responded to Sean by posting this to her Instagram. She wrote, "We do everything he said. And to top it all off, LOL, we're fighters too. Hashtag girl power. Don't cry." Sean Strickland and Joaquin Buckley got into a heated back and forth on Instagram. Parry Punch reposted a recent quote from Buckley addressing white UFC fighters who use the N-word. Buckley said, "When we're a part of a fight promotion that is very exclusive to being open to say what you want, the freedom of speech and all this other stuff, the UFC is not going to take action, except when certain guys talk about certain people. You can do it in comfort on the camera or online, but do it to my face. But you're not going to get me to act out of character. But we're going to break this down a little more on why you feel so expressive to use that word. It's not that you bold enough to say it around whoever. I don't believe that. It's just the God's honest truth. A lot of guys only use that word when they feel comfortable around certain spaces. And that's the true reason. Perfect example. If Chris Curtis is around Sean Strickland, is Strickland just dropping the N-word? Because I thought they was boys. I thought they was homies. He's definitely going to call him out." Sean left a comment on that video saying Buckley is the black version of a Karen. He continued, "LMAO, I've never lost a game of racist chicken." And he ended it off saying Buckley is the type of guy who gets kicked out of a store for being obnoxious and then says it's because I'm black, you're racist. LMAO bro, you're bad at fighting and you're even worse at being an influencer. Your entire Instagram is just one giant cringe. Buckley fired back saying, "Bet. See you in Houston, big fella." You guys know how influencer boxer Deen The Great got slapped by Larry Wheels, then the very next day got dropped by an elbow from Tiki Gosen? Well, now he's pretty much known to be the guy who just gets beat up all the time.
Let's do IRL. I don't have my phone though, bro.
That's that dude that got slapped.
Nah.
Oh my gosh. That's that dude that got pushed in his like slime. I feel so bad for you, bro. They dogging the out of you right now. I'm so sorry for you, like genuinely, like. Oh my gosh, wow, it's actually him. Yikes. Well, I'm gonna go now, but sorry that happened to you, bro.
UFC BJJ bantamweight champ Mikey Musumeci called out Dillon Danis for a grappling match because Dillon's been constantly trash-talking him on social media.
"Hey Dillon, how about we have a grappling match? You talk all this shit on all my posts, let's just grapple each other. Maybe you're physically bigger than me, but my balls are bigger than yours. Let me know if you're down."
Joe Pyfer explains why he believes Sean Strickland will beat Anthony Hernandez tomorrow.
I just don't think he has the power to get Sean to back up.
Yeah.
And I don't think Sean's going to give him that respect unless he gets cracked.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he lost to DDP both times, because DDP, even though he's not very technical, DDP waits, and then boom goes.
Yeah.
Waits, and then boom goes. So you have to respect his power, because look at what he did to his nose in the second fight, you know? So, yeah, I got Sean Strickland by, honestly, TKO decision.
Islam Makhachev has responded to Gordon Ryan saying that jiu-jitsu works better for a street fight than sambo. Islam said, "Jiu-jitsu? I 100% do not agree. What are you gonna do? Lay down on the street and say let's go? You can't lay on the ground and say hey let's fight here. Fights start on the feet. If you compare sambo and jiu-jitsu, sambo is much better in a street fight. We actually used it a lot. It works. We fought BJJ guys too recently. Works well against them." Belal Muhammad believes Sean Strickland throwing 150 teep kicks will be effective against Anthony Hernandez.
For Strickland, you know what he's going to come out and do. He's going to talk, say stupid stuff to fight week, but he's going to throw out his jab. He's going to throw out that teep. I'm going to say over under 50 teep kicks for Strickland. I will say the only good thing about the teep kick is Fluffy's shown that he has a weakness in the body. He's gotten hurt to the body a couple times. Kevin Holland finished him with a body shot, and I think Pereira rocked him with a body shot too. So it tells me something that's like a weakness in his game. I don't know. Remember Donald Cerrone used to have horrible body shots where he would always break with that. So maybe Fluffy has the same style. So for Strickland, you got to keep him at that jab length. You got to keep him at that teep length. You can't let him get into a rhythm of shooting, taking you down, and constantly making you work, because that's what Fluffy's best at. I think Strickland knows what he does. He tries to keep it at his pace, tries to slow it down. He does a lot of walking forward. I don't think that's going to help him in this fight, because moving forward on a guy that wants to shoot on you and wrestle on you, it's going to give him openings to get the takedown. Strickland, you can't get wild with your punches. You do get very stupid, overly aggressive at that last 10 seconds of every round, and it looks really sloppy, and that's going to leave openings for the takedown. So I think you just got to keep it straight jabs, straight teeps, just keeping Hernandez at bay and at distance, not letting him get into his range of wrestling and grappling and clinching. For Hernandez, I think you got to shoot early, you got to attack early, you got to get him working early. Strickland's been in a lot of 5-round fights, and he knows how to keep a pace where he gets the guy at his rhythm, following him, trying to figure out his defensive style. But if you coming forward, shooting in on his body, not shooting in on the legs, making him work, frustrating him, not giving him any chance to hit you with the jab, hit you with the teep kick, you got to attack him. You got to move forward. You got to get him on the fence right away. The first takedown may not work. The second takedown may get him down and he'll be pop right back up. But the third takedown, the fourth takedown, the fifth takedowns, I think Pereira will start folding. We saw in his last fight, Duplessis did a very good job of like throwing the kicks, broke his nose, and then you could tell Strickland got frustrated. So I think if you get takedowns early, Strickland will show that frustration. You just can't let him get into his rhythm. You got to avoid the body shots. That last fight you had against Elise was a great performance, and it showed everybody how good you are and how hard that pace is to keep. So I think you can be able to keep that same pace with Strickland, who really hasn't fought any wrestlers since I think Kamaru. Imavov fought him on, I think, a couple days notice at a higher weight class, and he's not really a wrestler. And you got Adesanya, nobody really wrestled him. So I think you're going to bring a different pace, a different level to him. And I think it's been a long time since he fought, close to probably a year since that last fight. So you got to put that pace on him fast, put it on him early. Let's see what he got. See him, let's test that black belt skill. I'm picking Fluffy. I think that pace is going to be too hard to keep up with. I just want to see him break Strickland.
Nassourdine Imavov has fired back at Sean Strickland. If you missed it, here's what Sean had to say about a potential fight between Imavov and Khamzat Chimaev this week.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. Do I think that, like, you want to see two Muslims fight each other, right? Like, more than likely, Chimaev's going to take down Imavov and just dry him for, you know, nobody gives a about two foreigners fighting.
Well, if you or Anthony won this, you might fight him at the White House card.
Yeah, it'd be funny bring a to the White House, but yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with this administration, you know. I feel like Trump would do that. But again, like, they bring Ali Abazab to the like, wasn't he on stage with Trump, right? Like, dude, weren't you like, did you get caught with passports and became an FBI informant? Like, what the are you doing with the president of the United States, dude? How the did you get here, you know?
Imavov fired back via X. He wrote, "You can rinse it, polish it, rebrand it. Garbage is still garbage." And he added Sean. On the Full Send podcast, Bruce Buffer reveals he never rehearses before UFC events.
Do you do like a vocal warm-up and like...
I take care of my voice. You know, I don't damage or do anything to hurt my throat or whatever. And you'll never hear me rehearse. You'll never walk by my room. You might walk by my room and hear me doing a cameo on the road or something like that, but you won't walk by my room and hear me going, you know, Chuck Liddell, you know, in the shower or something like that. No, I don't practice, because what I want to do is I want to walk into the arena, I want to feel the energy, and there's a rehearsed voice and then there's an organic, real voice, and I want to just give it my all, feed off the energy of the crowd, bring it all in there and just let it fly.
Both Sean Strickland and Anthony Hernandez made weight today, and tomorrow's main event is official. However, Sean appeared to have a rough weight cut.
This is really what we get paid to do, cutting weight. It's worse than fight. I don't know why, but when I cut weight, I can only see out of one eye. Well, I have like double vision. I think it's the worst part about cutting weight is always having to walk with one eye closed.
Quick pause before we keep going. If you're watching Full Mount MMA, you're already locked into MMA news. But if you're betting on fights and still guessing, you don't need to. Homa Fight Picks is doing the work most people won't. Hours of tape study, match breakdowns, and line shopping for every single card. The Home of Fight Picks Discord went up over 130 units in 2025 alone, with a 3-year proven track record of profits. This isn't parlays for clicks, it's disciplined betting. They're letting full mount viewers check out the Discord for free this weekend. Just use the link in the bio to join the best betting Discord in combat sports for free. If you're already watching MMA every week, you might as well be betting it the smart way. Alright, back to the news. So the Dan Hooker situation has gotten even crazier. If you missed yesterday's video, to quickly sum it up, a woman claiming to be his former girlfriend said she was in a years-long relationship with Dan while he was married, and alleges that his wife was aware of it. She accused Dan of being abusive during their relationship and claims she ended things after discovering he cheated on her with a man. On X last night, Dan said, "What I miss," with a laughing crying emoji. "No shit, I'm gay now?" He followed up saying, "Nothing like a woman scorned." Dan then posted this to his Instagram story. It says, "Me holding my family close after my side chick tried to tear us apart." Now today, this woman posted a love letter that Dan allegedly wrote to her. She also posted a video of her about to go through Dan's phone while he was sleeping, but then he wakes up. The phone shown in that video appears to have the same visible wear and tear along the edges of the screen as the one in the screenshot she posted yesterday. Those screenshots allegedly show messages between Dan and another man, along with images suggesting he used Reddit to connect with men in his area. The situation has now taken an even more dramatic turn. Dan's father-in-law came out and posted a video going off on him. He mocks Dan over his recent run of losses in the UFC and even says he'll whoop Dan's ass.
This is a message for Dan Hooker, tough guy, UFC fighter, yeah. All I've seen of late is you getting your whooped in the cage, beaten up, okay? You know, years ago I wrote in my book, my autobiography, that you're a good man. But time has revealed you're a piece of shit. Yep. You with the wrong people. You got it? My daughter and my granddaughters deserve better. They don't deserve a piece of like you. Okay? You're gonna deal with this? You come and see me face to face. If you're a man, if you got anything about you, you come to see me face to face. But you ain't that man. You're big talk, yeah? Big talk, big this, big tattoos, big everything. Get in the cage. Most of the time, you get your whooped, yeah? This 59-year-old will whoop your too, boy. You got it?
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to the Dan Hooker situation. The first one's from Danny Herbert. It says, "How did he cheat on her when he was already married? You were a side piece. It's not possible for you to get cheated on." The second one's from M Crazy Iffy. It says, "Sounds like she's just pissed because she got replaced and doesn't get no more bags." And the final one's from Sunny. It says, "She called herself a LOL. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.